I think TikTok needs a girl with the list positive edition. So allow me to introduce myself. I'm Caroline and I try to help new and future moms feel less scared of motherhood.
Do you think we need a girl with a list, the positive edition? Because I'm asking because this woman, she wants to start the series of a girl with a list, positive edition. If you do not know a girl with a list on TikTok, she's a lady that, right, the reason why she will never get pregnant or why people should not get pregnant, terrible reasons. So she always update the reason every time. There's always a genuine reason why you should never get pregnant, and she got popular on TikTok. So now this woman is sharing, she wants to start her own because she feels like that is a negative reason for you not having a baby. She feels like getting pregnant and having a child is a good thing. So now she wants to start the series of a girl with a list positive edition. In this particular video, she actually, talked about the reason why she's happy being a mother. Let me show you this video.
I think TikTok needs a girl with the list positive edition. So allow me to introduce myself. I'm Caroline and I try to help new and future moms feel less scared of motherhood. If you've been on mom TikTok or pregnancy TikTok at all, you've probably heard of the girl with the list. She's basically this girl that gives a lot of reasons and keeps a running list of why not to have kids. Now, I'm not trying to debate anyone and I'm not trying to start anything here, but I do think that it's only fair that women who are thinking about having kids hear both sides of the story. I'm someone who absolutely loves being a mom and I'm tired of motherhood getting such bad press. So this is the start of my own list of reasons I love having kids. I only have one son for now, but we're gonna say kids for the purpose of this video. Reason number one, you get to know and love a whole new person. So many people, moms included, talk about their kids and having kids as if those kids aren't people with feelings and emotions and personalities and quirks. But the reality is kids are human and they turn into really unique, funny, one-of-a-kind people that are really fun to be around and get to know. One of my favorite parts of being a mom has been getting to see my son's personality come out, find out what he likes and doesn't like, find out just different things about him. It is so cool to have a front row seat to watching someone find out who they are and experience the world for the first time. And he's my little buddy. I genuinely have so much fun spending time with my son. Number two, I became the best version of myself when I became a mom. There are so many qualities of myself that have come out for the first time since having my son. I feel more confident. I feel more resilient. I feel stronger. I feel more laid back. I'm just overall happier now that I'm a mom. Number three, everyday things get to be a lot more fun. It's no longer just going to the grocery store. It's a little adventure with my son. It's him getting to experience things for the first time. It's him looking at the lights and having so much fun. A ride in the car is not just a ride in the car anymore. It's me showing him my favorite songs and seeing if he likes them. It's pointing out trains and dump trucks and other things that he likes. It's so much more fun to do everyday things when you have a kid. Number four, you feel needed in the most fulfilling way. I know this is not fulfilling to some people. I know some people don't like the feeling of being needed, and that's fine. For me, I genuinely love that my son needs me. I love that if he's crying or upset and I pick him up, he's instantly better. And number five, everything in life becomes more meaningful. I'm not saying your life can't be meaningful before kids, but when you do have kids, everything just has more purpose. Going to work. I'm not just going to work anymore. I'm going to work so that I can make money to provide for my son and my family. Working out, trying to be healthy. I'm not just doing that for me anymore. I'm doing it so that I can be a strong and healthy mom for my son. There is so much purpose and just meaning that comes from having someone that is relying on you. And it is a very empowering and fulfilling feeling. Now listen, I will never say I believe everyone should have kids. Some people shouldn't. And if you choose not to have kids, that's totally okay. But I'm really passionate about positive motherhood experiences being shared too. I hate it for the women who do have a negative experience with motherhood, but I'm just here to say that it's totally possible to have a really positive experience like I have. Becoming a mom is truly the best thing I've ever done. And I just wish more women knew how much joy it could actually bring you. Let me know if y'all want me to continue the list, and moms, if you have anything to add, let me know in the comments and I'll start a running list in my note because motherhood deserves better press. Thanks for watching, and if you're looking to hear more good about motherhood, give me a follow. I'd love to have you.
I'm the only one that do not see anything positive in what she said. I personally don't think we need positive edition of getting pregnant. And everything that she said about her son, how she has to be there now, she's being cautious and all of that, it sounds stressful. It sounds stressful. It does not sound exciting. It's not a good advert for me to have a child, in my own opinion. And I also think that we do not need positive edition of getting pregnant. Let me show you some reaction on this video. I'd like you to know your thoughts about this conversation down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always.
TikTok needs a girl with the list positive edition.
Hi, Caroline, is it? No, we don't. I say that confidently as a person who does want to be a parent, who wants to be a mother, and is a full-throated feminist. You can say you don't want to debate people, but the truth is we have historically had nothing but pro-natal propaganda push down the throats of women. And so the idea that we need some sort of like way for people to talk about it in a positive way or celebrate all the beauty of it, like any woman at any point can have a stranger try and tell her that. I will collect my thoughts for a better take with citations, but framing of this is just not it.
TikTok needs a girl with the list positive edition.
Motherhood is one of the most idealized identities available to women. And I know I came off a little bit strong in my first response to that video, but today I'm back with the citations to back up my hot takes. For a lot of women, it pretty much starts the minute you pop out of your own mother's womb, that motherhood is the ultimate goal, the ultimate life's purpose, that it is the most fulfilling and meaningful and important experience you could possibly have, that it's the only way to become a true, real woman. That saturation of messaging doesn't mean that there are also messages from women who are mothers talking about the difficulties of that experience, but it does mean that overwhelmingly, the message is, you must be a mom. And this original creator's assertion that we need a positive version of the girl with a list exists within a specific historical context and moment. As women have gained more freedom to talk openly about their choices, including their choices to not be mothers, some people have experienced that as negativity. But here's something that is very important to remember. Disagreement is not judgment inherently. And being uncomfortable does not mean that you are being oppressed or silenced. When someone says, I wouldn't make that choice for myself, and that is a lot of the times what they're signaling when they say something like, where's the girl with the list? They're not automatically saying you shouldn't have made that choice. Those are very different claims, and this is the important part where we see power as part of the conversation. And this conversation is even more fraught because of the Dobbs decision and the ongoing onslaught of legislation designed to restrict women's choices about whether or not to be mothers. Motherhood already occupies the culturally positive and socially rewarded position. So when someone decides to frame their platform or themselves as the positive version, especially in opposition to someone who has created a platform around why they're choosing not to have children, they are not so quietly reinforcing the idea that one narrative is uplifting and idealized and the right choice. The other one is a problem that needs to be corrected and addressed. It is the issue with young women today. Ultimately, this all connects to what researchers call benevolent sexism. And benevolent, usually good, right? Wrong. This is a specific type of sexism where women are praised, right? Held up on a pedestal. They're given all of these kind of compliments that seem like they're trying to say, like, women are these amazing, magical creatures. But in reality, under benevolent sexism, motherhood is glorified, even if there aren't the social structures there to reward or support women for doing the work of motherhood. But women's autonomy around motherhood is under constant scrutiny and attack. And importantly, because whiteness is running everywhere through this conversation, anytime you're trying to unpack things around pronatalism, motherhood is not treated the same for everyone. Scholars like Dorothy Roberts have shown that it is white motherhood that has historically been idealized, while Black motherhood has been surveilled, regulated, and prevented through state programs. Which is why the framework of reproductive justice in these conversations is so important. And just to be clear, there is absolutely nothing wrong with loving motherhood. I said before, I want to be a parent. I want to be a mother. And there's nothing wrong about wanting to share your joy about being a mother. Positive doesn't require opposing or framing something as negative. I'm Dr. Shauna, a PhD who does hot takes with citations, and if there is anything that has kind of sparked your curiosity in the video, leave that in the comments and I would be happy to do a deeper dive on specific parts. And make sure that you follow for more.
So I don't know if you all are aware of this, but people have started to alert me to the fact that, I'll quickly back up. In case you're not familiar with the girl with the list, she has an ongoing series of videos where she talks about the, not so wonderful sides of motherhood and pregnancy. She just wants people to be informed before making the decision to have kids. I've been told that there is a girl with the other list. She thinks that there needs to be a list of reasons that motherhood is great. If someone can please show this to me, tag her. I can't find it, but the point is, honey, we've all been having that list shoved down our throats since we were born. We're all familiar with the list, too familiar. We're drowning in it. There's no shortage of that information out there. This a little bit feels like, how in recent years there has been a pushback on straight white men running the world. So now there's groups of straight white men trying to reclaim their rights and things like that. Do you kind of know what I'm saying? There are simply some narratives that we don't need anymore. We've had enough of them.
TikTok needs a girl with the list positive edition. You've probably heard of the girl with the list. She's basically this girl that gives a lot of reasons and keeps a running list of why not to have kids. Now, I'm not trying to debate anyone and I'm not trying to start anything here, but I do think that it's only fair that women who are thinking about having kids hear both sides of the story. I'm someone who absolutely loves being a mom and I'm tired of motherhood getting such bad press. Reason number one, you get to know and love a whole new person. Kids are human and they turn into really unique, funny, one-of-a-kind people that are really fun to be around and get to know.
Or you could have friends. I know that some people really do want to have kids. They're made for it. They like it and everything. That's totally fine. And this person, I think, seems like somebody who really did want to have kids. But I do find it funny that the stuff that she was describing, it sounds like you don't want to be lonely. It sounds like you want to have friends. That's great. You can have friends without having to make a whole life for them. But the other part I find interesting about her trying to do this series, and she mentions the girl with the list, which love the girl with the list. One of my heroes, absolutely obsessed. But I do find it funny that she's like, well, I think it needs to be fair and we need to show both sides. I need to tell people the good things about having kids. Girl, the reason the girl with the list was created was because that stuff was not being talked about enough. The common push is for women to have kids. And so this person said, hey, let me compile stuff that I've run across on the internet that's women who've had kids and then telling the horror stories of what it was like when they had kids, these crazy things that can happen, or these very also common things. Some are random, strange things that happen. And some are very common things that is just part of pregnancy and having children. But her compiling this list is to help bring awareness to women because it is the common thing to be pushed on them to have kids. That's almost just a given. Everybody says, you need to have kids, you have to have kids, you're gonna love having kids, you need to be a mother, you're not gonna feel such purpose and fulfillment in life until you're a mother. That is the default. The girl with the list really got her to the point that she was like, you're revealing all this horrible stuff about motherhood, and now I feel bad. I know that people are scared, so now I have to try to reconvince people to want to have kids. It's like, no, it should be very open. People should know the drawbacks and the scary, traumatic, awful things that you can go through with pregnancy and childbirth and raising children. That is informed consent for women to choose whether or not they want to have kids and to weigh those pros and cons. And I find it so funny that this person is because there are creators now that talk about the cons of having kids and try to help inform women and empower them to say, hey, this is not your only option. You can do other things in your life. You can choose this or you can not choose this, but choose what you want and what is right for you. I find it funny that she's like, there's not enough representation for moms and for people to want to have kids. No, that's pretty much been the only option for all of time. We just finally have creators that are showing the other side of it.
You think we need to have positive edition of A Girl with a List? Let me know your thought in the comment section. For me, I don't think we need it. Because we women, from the onset, they've been dangling marriage and motherhood to us. Motherhood is the most important thing to do as a woman. If when you're growing up or when you're in your 20s, 23, 25, middle 20s and all of that, and you don't get married or you've not gotten pregnant, or you're married and you've not gotten pregnant, or you're not a mother yet, there's a problem. There's a problem. They always dangle motherhood to us as if you don't yet get pregnant or have a child, you're not a full-grown woman. And for women that could not get pregnant and all of that, they always mock them, they always make jokes of them, they always make them feel bad, right? Because they feel like motherhood is a must for women. All women must have children. That is how motherhood is. They will expect all women. That is, they'll tell you, in fact, they'll tell us that is the reason why you're brought into this world. That is the reason why your mother gave birth to you, to be able to give birth to other people. So you coming to dangle motherhood to us and tell us, oh, the benefits, oh, you definitely start having time, you will not do things alone, you start thinking of a child. Like, no, I just feel like we don't need that. Nobody's saying you should not get pregnant, you should not have children if you want to. But don't dangle motherhood to us because we don't want it. I also agree with one of the creator that said that everything she described, she needed a friend. She just needs a friend, a companion. That I feel like that is what she needs, not a baby. Most of the time, these particular mothers that actually feel like, oh, they've made the best decision of having a child and all of that, they always forget that these children will grow old. They think that that baby will become a baby forever. They always forget that babies will always grow. And at the end of the day, they make choices for themselves. They make decisions for themselves. They always forget that. Also, the fact that she's calling a girl with a list the negative edition. To me, that is not a negative edition. Who knows the girl on the list? Kindly put your thought down in the comment section. Do you think she's sharing negative things? To me, she's sharing positive things so that you will know that these are the things you go through when you get pregnant. People don't say this enough. These are things that can happen to you. You can go blind. There are a lot of complications. There are a lot of things that might happen when you get pregnant, when you start being a mother. So to me, she's not even sharing negative things. She's opening women's eyes to see that these are the reasons, these are some of the things might happen to you. Most of the time, these things happen to women that are pregnant, women that have children. Most of the time, people don't talk about it. So she sharing the list and always updating the list all the time is to educate women that want to be pregnant, want to have children, want to be a mom, right? They will see that these things can happen to them, so they should be ready if any of those things happen to them. Anyways, guys, what is your take on this video? Do you think we need a girl with a list, the positive edition? Let me know your thought down in the comment section respectfully. As always, Sugar Mary Davis, and thank you all so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one, guys. Bye.